College of Business and Technology, Mr. Ryan Rahimi. Hi, Sir Ryan. He's been with us at the backstage earlier. Hi, sir.
Hi, hi.
Okay,
Okay.
sir, first of all, in behalf of the Visa Center, we would like to say thank you so much for giving us your time and an opportunity to discuss more about your courses, benefits of the international students, and of course, some of the qualifications or requirements that you require to our future students in your school. Okay, so partner, I think I'm going to leave for now. I will leave you and Miss Jonna to discuss about the school and some of the qualifications. I'll be joining you on the second half of our Facebook Live, discussing about some benefits of students, especially our clients from the Visa Center. Enjoy, guys.
Absolutely.
Thank you, Sir Ginny.
No,
So to begin with, let's first, can we ask Sir Ryan to please share with us a brief background or give our viewers a brief background of Perth College of Business and Technology and how are things going on now in Perth, Sir Ryan?
sure. Okay, thank you for inviting me, and I'm very happy to give a little bit of brief about our college. So our college actually is established in 2008, and we are not very big college, but we are big in our region and nation. So we are successfully running our courses, and the high rate of actually graduation, our students are getting graduate visa or after that. So they really try to settle down in Australia if they wish, or if they want to go back to their own country. So the courses that we are running are successfully established, and all is a nationally accredited anywhere in Australia. So the courses that we have is a commercial cookery. When the students after 2 years, they become as a cooks or chef, which is very very high demand in Australia, and I think in most of all over the world. As well as we have a construction course for the people who want to be in construction, building and construction. So we have a tiling course, which is also in demand in Australia. I'm not sure if you have heard about the recent promotion by the government of Australia. The government actually has introduced some sort of a grant to all citizens and permanent residents of Australia, and in some states, even to other, even international students, they can have $20,000 grant from the government.
Wow.
They build up the houses. So they
Mhm.
technically they are promoting, even this pandemic, the government promoting this industry, construction industry to be boosted, which is, I'm telling you, as of now, the rate of the new house development in Australia is three times than the last year's same time. Even this current pandemic or virus, coronavirus, anything, we have three times more development, house development in Australia than the last year. So meaning they need more tilers, they need more, I don't know, painter, they need more bricklayers. These are the really things that our tilers are really fully sold very well. And the next intake is February, and I can suggest your client to really apply now because of the workshop limitation, we can only enroll very limited number of students.
Mm.
So for some students who want to study business or leadership and management, we have a partner with the Southern Coast University. So all our students is guaranteed place to university, and it's very generous credit transfer. If they study 1 year advanced diploma of leadership management over college, they only need to study another 1.5 year bachelor business in Southern Cross University anywhere in Australia. They don't need to stay. For example, they study 1 year advanced diploma here, and then they want to move to Sydney or Melbourne or Brisbane to do bachelor degree there. They all can do that, and all they need is just 1.5 year, and it's very reasonable fees. They can get a bachelor degree in just 2.5 years. 1 year here, 1.5 year university. These are the courses really we're offering to international students, especially your good student that we are very happy with the Filipino student that we have. We have around 20 Filipino nationals who are doing cookery, who are doing business management, and we are really happy with them.
That is so nice to hear, sir, especially that you've mentioned that despite the current situation, despite the global crisis, Australia has been doubling its efforts to build on house development. Am I correct? That's what you've mentioned earlier. That means there are a lot of opportunities for our viewers, for all those who are watching us. So one of the common questions of students, it's good also that you've mentioned that the intake will start this February, is if they can start their visa applications as early as now. So you're recommending them. Am I correct? You're recommending them to start now. What are the benefits of starting at this time? Because of course they have doubts. What if the crisis still continues? So can you please enlighten our viewers, Sir Ryan?
Absolutely. You see, the earliest to apply, the more time you are giving to immigration department to process. Immigration department now are open, working properly, and even they are granting visa to the people who are even some universities offering for this year, and you see they are granting visa. I got the visa grant for one of my students who has got COA before, and then but I have to postpone it to the February 2021. But the immigration department are processing. My recommendation and suggestion to your student is, yes, they got the visa grant. Of course, they have to postpone it to next year. So what actually I suggest, you apply for February 2021 for any courses that you wish your students want to do that. Either they want to become a chef, or they want to become a wall and floor tiler, or they want to apply for the leadership and management courses. Apply now, get the enrollment, get the COE's confirmation of enrollment, and lodge the visa and wait for the decision. The visa processing actually may take 2 months, 1 month, 3 months. It's a very good time now. Now is July, and you have already visa grant in your hand, hopefully, and you can prepare yourself and for the next year. So you know already you have a visa, and you can prepare and pack your luggage for the February 2021. In case, even in case, if for example, by February 2021, you have a visa grant in your hand, but the February 2021, the Australia border is not open yet. So we have actually easy can postpone your series and change your
Mhm.
series April or whatever without any cost or anything or all fees, everything same, and nothing to worry about the monies you paid if you cannot, for example, come to Australia. It's a good time to apply now.
Yes. Oh, good also. It's a good also that you've mentioned that, sir, because we get that question a lot. Of course, they're asking, what if the situation or we're not yet ready for the intake for February, but we've processed our application. So it's very nice that you've mentioned that you'll be willing to reschedule them and
Yes, of
they will incur no fees for that. So that's a very generous move of Perth College of Business and Technology, Sir Ryan. So can you share to us how are your students doing, especially at this time? I believe you'll be starting face-to-face lectures this July. Am I correct, sir?
yes. What we did actually from late March, we decided immediately to bring our courses online. We did through Zoom, but because in W, especially the circumstances are really successfully already overcome, and we don't have any problem. So from 20th July, which is the term three, all classes, English classes, business management, cookery, everything, come back to normal. We have three campuses in Perth. All of them are open, will be open to have a face-to-face students without any problem. I think most of the colleges are doing so in WA, and I heard that some of universities are going to open up their face to face, but I'm not
Mhm.
sure about universities. But colleges, as far as I know, most of them started to have a face-to-face from July.
Yes, that's true. Especially that most of the courses that you offer are more hands-on, or they're more on skill sets, so skill set improvement. So it's really nice to know that you'll be facing your students via a classroom setup. So that's nice to know. So for our viewers, we have a question there, right, on a screen from Beatriz Zaragoza, who is from Fujairah. She's actually one of our top fan here in our page. Do you have scholarships? Question from Beatrice.
We have one scholarship that we are running for the last 1 year, which we call it diversity scholarship. And for onshore students also, we have another 5% scholarship. However, just now, 5 minutes ago, I decided to give that 5% scholarship, which is only available for onshore, but giving to visa center clients.
Wow, that is so generous of you, Sir Ryan.
Scholarship is also applied to all the students coming through visa center, whether offshore or onshore from anywhere in the world they are. That 5% is in addition to diversity scholarship. Is available to your clients.
Wow. So, Miss Beatriz, that's good news for you if you're planning to apply for student visa in Australia and study in Perth College of Business and Technology. You'll get a 5% discount from PCBT. Okay, do we have any other? I'll try to read some of the questions online now. So we have another question here from maybe Sanoj Kram. Hi, TVC, this is Mark Classic. If taking up graduate diploma program, is it eligible for post-study work visa after the program? Also, based on your experience, sir, what are the chances of students getting work or being eligible for the program? Am I correct? Is that
Yeah.
his question? Yes. So, Sir
Yeah,
Ryan.
this question. Okay, the question. So you see, the graduate visa has two streams. We have a graduate stream and we have a post-study stream.
Yes.
Both are the same visa category, 485, but the graduate stream, which is available for the occupations on a medium and long-term skill occupation lease of 18 months. For example, students who are doing 2 years of certificate 3 and 4 commercial faculty plus diploma of hospitality management, upon completion of this 2 years course, they would be eligible to apply for a graduate visa for 18 months, which is a full-time work right. And also we have another course which is also on medium and long-term skill lease, which is certificate 3 in wall and floor tiling. That course is also eligible at the moment for the graduate visa. So regarding the higher courses, yes, we have a post-study visa, which is only available for bachelor degree and above. So meaning if you apply for bachelor degree or master degree, you can apply for, or PhD, of course, you can apply for post-study visa, which is giving the 2 years or 3 years of post-study visa. The nature of the post-study visa and the graduate visas are same, and the same visa category, same entitlement, and is a full work rights.
Wow, that is so nice to hear from you, sir. Actually, our director tried to bring in Miss Laika with us. She's our education and migration expert. We there, Miss Laika, how are you?
Good.
I think you're
Sorry. Yeah,
like
it's okay now. Yeah.
yes, Miss Laika. So what can you say about Sir Ryan's answer with the question? Because we are used to answering these questions, but it's really nice to hear it from Sir Ryan himself, who is in Australia. Am I right, Miss Laika?
Yes, that's right. Because most of the students are actually, they just really want to know if after the study, if they can get that kind of post-study work permit. Because of course they invest already from student program, and if they can still work out themselves in Australia, if ever. So it is good that it's coming from Mr. Ryan. The answer.
Even our
Thank you so
students
much.
study, for example, management courses, you see, the management diploma of leadership management and advanced diploma of leadership management, 2 years course a year, doesn't have a graduate pathway. But once
Yes.
a student actually is already studying advanced diploma with art can
Mm.
apply for a bachelor degree with our partner university just for 1.5 year and very reasonable. And after 1.5 year bachelor degree, they can apply for post-study visa. That's for the people who want to go for the business pathway.
Business pathway. Okay, that's great because there are
Wow.
many students also taking that kind of course, a business course in Australia.
Yes, absolutely.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
you see, for the bachelor degree and higher level, so any course, any bachelor degree or any stream qualify for the post-study visa. It's just
Mm.
the minimum HUF level must be bachelor degree. So
Batch.
that is for the students who are coming. For example, you're a student, apply for diploma and advanced diploma leadership and management in PCBT. Their study here is very reasonable, very low requirement, everything, and they just start to understand Australia. And while they are studying only 2 days in a week, so, and when they want to pursue to higher degree, they can go apply for our partner university, and they will get the credit transfer for the advanced diploma studied here, and for 1.5 year, so they will actually apply for 1.5 year bachelor degree rather than 3 years bachelor degree. You know, in Australia, bachelor of business is 3 years. So because they have done this course with us, they just need to do another 1.5 year in university in Perth or Sydney or Melbourne or Brisbane. And then after 1.5 year bachelor degree, they can apply for post-study visa 485, which they, if they are qualified, definitely they will get 2 years of post-study visa.
Wow, that is so nice to hear from you, Sir Ryan. Thank you so much, Miss Laika.
Yeah. Thank you.
Okay, so we have, Sir Ryan, we have another question from Jana Solkar. She's asking, do you have installment on your tuition fee? So what are the payment terms in PCBT?
Okay. See, we do have installment plan. We don't have any problem to for you, a student, to pay monthly or quarterly. But something that I concern, which also you should concern as well, your priority should be satisfying immigration department that you have enough finances that you want to come to Australia from your own resources actually to study and to pay your bills. This is something that you should really show in your application. For me, honestly, I don't mind to just collect $2,000 from you and enroll you for 2 years or 3 years. But because of my experience, I concern if immigration would be in the same feeling because they want to see whether you have enough resources.
Yes.
And what I suggest, you should focus more on satisfying immigration requirement and get a visa. And when you are here, we have a lot of things. Don't worry for installment. We can pay even weekly, monthly, or quarterly. We don't have any problem in that matters. Don't worry for that.
That is also good news for those who are planning to study in PCBT who are watching us. So you will have various offers once we get there, but it's important to know. It's good that you've highlighted that, Sir Ryan, to satisfy the immigration officers. So that is so nice. We have another question, I guess. There from Jenny's son. Hi, mom, sir. Do you have a school in Adelaide. So, sir, will you be opening a branch?
Okay, so okay, just to tell you something. You say this is pet, yeah?
Mhm.
Pet time is almost, I think it's similar time in Philippines, isn't it? Or maybe
Yeah,
half an
yes,
hour.
almost similar.
So, and we, our time is very similar to a lot of cities in Asia. And the weather here is very similar to maybe Philippines or many countries around us. So Perth is really is the modern and lifestyle and easy lifestyle, not very crowded, but there is a lot of actually opportunities here that may not you may not find in Adelaide or Darwin, Mania. honestly, I'm telling the truth about the opportunity because WA is a state of the resources. We have all mining, everything is from here. Most of the mining, 40% of the Australian GDP is coming from this state, as far as I know. So WA is very rich. For example, if you start to really stay in WA, you will be benefiting in future as well. You will be noticed. So, and what I suggest, and also PET is a regional area. It just
Yes.
categorized since November as a regional area. Whenever you study here, even you study English courses on the LE course, still you're accumulating the study work, what do you call it, the time
Yes.
of
Miss,
study in PET
yes.
for the regional point.
I think Miss Laika knows about it. Miss Laika, can you share to us about it?
Yes, actually, the good thing since our partner school located in Perth, if ever once they finish their study, they are actually getting additional points since it's located in regional area, right, Sir Ryan?
That,
So that's the
that's
good thing. Mm,
That's the same as Adelaide or same as Canberra. Is Perth is
yes,
anywhere in Western Australia is very so
Okay.
technically you're living in a life as Perth, and then you are benefiting from the benefit of the regional. That's why we put
yes.
that 5% scholarship as a 5% regional scholarship. The name of that.
Wow. That's the name of the scholarship. Wow. We brought up or we gave birth to a new scholarship today during our live stream. So we call it now the regional 5% discount. So congratulations to all future TVC applicants. So you'll
Yes.
be availing that once you start your application with the Visa Center and study in PCBT. Okay, we have another question from Prexy Tenerife. Hello, just want to ask if Australia immigration is now open for international students. So I think Sir Ryan mentioned earlier about starting application as early as now, so you'll be ready for the intake for February 2021. But please, Sir Ryan, let's answer it for Miss Prexy again.
Yes.
Yes, if you mean Australia immigration is now open, you mean a student visa center processing visas? Yes, they are open and they are processing the student visas now. They are
Thank you,
open.
Sir.
They are open.
Thank you.
Yes, Sir Ryan, because they are the upcoming students are actually worried because of this pandemic. So
Yeah.
we just want to, make sure if they will be getting a problem, if ever they will apply if for school this year or next year.
No, you see, Australia already acknowledged that we cannot actually be without international students. Now, all the state and federal already admitted that. So international students bring 40 billion Australian dollar to the country. This is the second or the third export market we have. Australia has a long standing actually education position in the world and they don't want to lose that. We have around 50 top level universities in Australia. So this is the business that we cannot, all research, everything. So the thing is, sooner or later, the state are just worried on how to manage the international people coming to Australia just to be quarantined or to how to process to make sure that people are not coming with a virus. That's the only concern. How they want to manage that. That's why I started to do the pilot coming to Adelaide, coming to Canberra. Two of them, I think, two universities already decided. They're gradually starting even from July, not even waiting for the February. So when they are starting, some universities are starting from July, technically from February, in my opinion, everything would be open. But of course, no one knows that. We don't know how this pandemic goes. But something that a student don't need to worry, all colleges and universities in Australia actually follow the tuition protection system of the government. Any money you pay is already guaranteed by the government, and all money you pay to the college or university is secure. You are not throwing money to the simple company or what. We are regulated by government agency. We are not a shop. We are the regulated college, regulated by government Australia. So the money you pay, even you cannot touch that until you become to Australia. You become as a starter course. So whenever you pay your fees to us, so that money actually is going to our trust account and waiting for your visa to be granted and coming to Australia. So that is something you don't need to worry about that. In case if your visa, for example, get successful got refused, then you can apply for a refund within 28 days. We have to refund your money paid. Of course, mine is only $250. The only money you lose in case of visa refusal for us from our side is only $250 enrollment fee. Any
Mhm.
other money you pay to PCBT for the even insurance if you pay to us or your tuition fee, material fee, everything else is refundable within 28 days. So that is you don't need to worry for that. I think for February 2021 is a good time to apply for the courses that we have places now, and you have enough time, and this beautiful team of the visa center can help a student to apply for the visa, and you don't need to put in a last minute. Definitely would be busy. I'm telling you, definitely would be busy. A lot of actually countries in the world, you can see the news. I cannot mention that, but you can see they have 2 million cases or 1 million cases or 200,000 cases. They are not ready to accept more people. Australia is ready to accept more people. They just want to make sure bringing the business to country doesn't affect we as a citizens of Australia. This is something they just want to make sure that the locals are protected from the health matters. But we are more than ready than any other actually those five major actually education sectors in Australia in the world. So Australia is more than ready. Australia and New Zealand, I can say, are more ready than any other countries. So that would be busy. Even I believe you heard about China or anything. China is actually showing more interest coming to Australia now with all the recent surveys, with all this news because Australia is really safe and really they manage the virus matters and then they're really taking care of the people, whether they're international students or citizens or whatever. Everyone here is protected and the governments are really taking care of the people. And this is something that I don't think most of the countries are offering the same, in my view of reviewing news every day.
Yes, and that's it's good to hear that from you, sir. Especially that of course I'm certain that the viewers have heard of the statements from the Australian government inviting more international students, inviting more immigrants because that is the life that is one of the backbone of the economy of Australia. So you need not to worry if of the current situation. You have to just look and secure your future as early as now because the opportunity is there. So why not grab it while, of course, we have this amazing partner in Australia, PCBT, who can assist you with the process of going there. Of course, the visa center will be happy to assist you to enroll in PCBT. And what the good thing, or one of the things that I like in what you've mentioned earlier, is that the Australian government regulates the payment, so it gives them the assurance that their money will only be utilized once their visas are granted. So that's very nice to hear, Sir Ryan. Thank you so much. And we have a lot of questions. We have a lot of viewers. Hello to all of our viewers. I'd like to say, before I read the question of Kram, I'd like to greet Adab Ula, Praveen Kumar, who's interested in applying or enrolling to your school. Hi, Sir Azurd. My sister is watching from the Philippines. Hi, Madeline Kyle, Jana Solkar, Akan Khan, Sally Nirona, who is from Baguio City. Hello, Tita. And Ismail Rukiti. Okay, so let's read out the question. The very long question. It's quite a long question. Here, hello, can I take the course of cookery in your school? Despite my work experience for the past 10 years, is not related to it, even my bachelor's degree. In short, I want to change or shift a career. Also, do you require IELTS or PTE? Thank you so much for answering. I think for the first part of this question, we'll bring in Miss Laika, our immigration expert, to give an advice. And then for the second question, which is, is IELTS or PTE required to Sir Ryan, since it will be based on the university? Miss Laika?
Yes. For Mr. Cram, right?
Yes,
Miss
for Mr. Cram.
Yeah, okay. For Mr. Cram, regarding the course, of course, as much as possible, it should be related on the work experience or the education so that we can justify to the immigration officer why you want to study that course, of course, for us to strengthen the application. So as long as we can justify why you want cookery course, then yeah, it's possible with the help of our processing officer.
Okay. Thank you so much,
Yes.
Ms. Laika. And Sir Ryan, do you require IELTS or PTE?
You see, I don't require because the thing is the immigration is asking that students coming, for example, from Philippines, if they are going for the college or university assessment level 2 or 3, for example, they must provide some documentations. As I told you earlier, this assessment level for college or universities are changing every 6 months.
Yes.
We don't know that. So we are now level 3. Before March, we were level 2. And this will be changed in September. Whether after September we come back to level 2 or not, we don't know. If coming back to level 2, we don't need IELTS, we don't need PT. We know all Filipinos have a bachelor degree in English. We are more than happy and satisfied. You know what I'm saying? But if immigration says, oh, still you are level 3 and the college or university, even university, and that Filipino national must provide the IELTS or PT. You know, it depends on the visa. What I suggest to making sure not really stuck in this visa process, which is beyond your control, every 6 months change, get the IS or PT ready and make your case actually stronger. Even actually, if they say you don't need that, still you provide for them. This shows your really genuine intention that you already prepare yourself, you already have done the test, and you're really ready for some sort of international movement. In my opinion, with even actually if they don't need or if they need, still you make yourself actually ready to provide that